With that, I'm just recommending approval of the low bid to Ellis Wood contracting in the amount of $309,121.75. And just let me know if any of you have any questions.
Have any questions? Hearing none, then I'll ask for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we, offer the contract to Ellis Wood Contractor. Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any more discussion? All those in favor of the motion, show of hands. Unanimous approval. Thank you, Mr. Deal. Now, under the employee report, as stated, we're gonna ask now for a mowing report.
Good evening. The roadside mowing contract, as I had mentioned before, was late getting started because of COVID issues with equipment repairs and labor, but that is on track to have been finished today, provided the rain didn't hold them up dramatically. They should have finished their first round today. They were on Brandon Road and I think Cypress Lake, and they should have finished that today. So they'll be starting immediately back over to continue on for the second round mowing that should finish by the end of August. I think is the projections on that, and that will have us back on track for the original year's dates and times on the mowing process for roadside mowing, the horizontal mowing. Excuse me. The vertical mowing contract, been in contact with the low bidder that came in on the vertical mowing, which was 5 guys contracting, and I've spoke with them. We've talked about a little bit about actual mileage versus the total mileage of roads, and they have expressed the willingness to cooperate with us. They will bill us on actual miles mowed instead of total road mileage, and they're willing to do that. They did ask, we're right now currently, we're dealing with the vertical mowing on an as-needed basis, emergency, and doing some roads in between, just with the couple of the machines that we still had in our inventory. But what they've asked is that if we could work with them to start in November with their contract price, that they would plan to mow completely between November and the end of March. They would complete all of the vertical mowing in the county, and they would be charged on an actual mile basis, so at the same rate that they did it. So that's a good thing. That could probably save us $100,000 or better, because we'll probably be able to cut down the total mileage of mowing by a couple of 100 miles, maybe even 300 miles between dirt road and paved road mowing. So that can save us. It's just they said that their downtime is through the winter, and he would put anywhere from 8 to 12 pieces of equipment here, and he felt he could accomplish it between November and the end of March. So that's kind of up to date on where we're at with that. I think that's reasonable. It's saves us some money in the long run over what the actual bids were for the original contract. So unless there's some objections, we'll probably proceed with putting together some actual mileage and then bringing that back for approval.
Have any questions?
You're saying that a need arises with sending a crew out?
Between now and then?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We have a crew that's working every day. We were actually at the tower site in Arcola today, even in the rain, trying to open that access up so that Motorola can get in there to move the building and the generator for that radio system and move that back out here to 911. We actually ran that crew today doing that. And so we're jumping around, taking care of some emergency situations, intersections, and then when we don't, they're just basically picking up roads and mowing the roads. And we will be able to deduct what they accomplish between now and November from the contract as well.
Normally from ground zero, how high were they mowed upward?
I think the contract called for 12 foot, didn't it, Kyle? No. That's generally what most radial arm mowers will reach is reasonably is 12 foot.
So that'll take care of most of the farm equipment.
Should take care of most of the farm equipment, buses and different things that travel the roads that causes us the most, issues, yes, sir.
And that's dirt roads and paved roads?
Yes, sir. There's 670 some few miles of dirt roads, that's centerline miles, and 550 something centerline miles on paved roads. We're in the process of actually deducting out the areas that might be power line right-of-ways or field right-of-ways that wouldn't have anything to be mowed. So we're in the process of deducting that out and coming up with an actual mileage.
Okay. Any other questions? To make you aware of something, next meeting, we would like for you to come with a special report to give to us on the recycle centers. And that's another subject that we need to discuss, so, but we'll send out information for you.
Yes, sir.
And, so, but we certainly appreciate this report.
Yes, sir.
And thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
We'll move next into comments. Do we have any staff members that would like to make any comments? All right, Mr. Gay.
I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank the commissioners, county chairman and the county manager for employing me since the 1st of October. It has been a pleasure as my time draws near. Next, the 17th will be my last official day. I'll be on call the next week, and of course, when the new director gets here, I'll be at Mr. Calhoun and the directors, they can call. But it has been a pleasure to work for BOC County and to work with the employees throughout the county as well as the Parks and Recreation Department. It's been one of the highlights of my career, which goes back a long ways. You have a great department. I hope that I've been able to influence some of the employees in some ways and move them forward with a little nudging. We didn't make any changes to amount to anything. I didn't feel like that was my place, that it was the place of whoever came in. I don't want to do something that we changed since I got here. But I do want to thank y'all and let you know that it has been a pleasure to be here. You have great staff, department heads, and great commissioners. This is probably, in all of my career, this is probably the most unified group of people that I've ever worked for, or in with. And I want to thank y'all.
Well, we wanted to, or share something with you also. Wayne's a lot older than I am, but we graduated from college with each other. And I hope she's listening for this comment. Dr. Ruth Green taught both of us modern dance. And that's what recreators used to do, is have dance classes. And well, it's a lot more than that. It's how to deal with young folks and old folks. And we too, when your name popped up, I knew you were we all did, knew you were the person for this job. And he was instrumental also in helping select the new person that'd be coming in to take over his position. And we'll be announcing that soon. But does any commissioners have anything to say to him?
I do, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Gay, I'd like to thank you personally for helping us
us out to a difficult situation we was in, park director, and that, no matter how long y'all went to school, I know you couldn't be prepared for the coronavirus, and it's been a challenge, and I don't know what in the world we'd have done without you, and I just wanna let you know how much I appreciate it.
Yeah, we certainly do thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure meeting you and getting to know you and finding out things about Roy from you that I didn't know before. I'll keep that under my hat for now, but,
Good.
thank you very much for all you did for us.
Well, growing up, 29 miles up the road from here, this was always where we came. And most people don't know, but one of the former directors that was here a long time ago, I thought so much of him that I named my daughter after his daughter. And that was Sky Lockwood. My daughter is Sky Gay. But I appreciate the confidence that y'all have shown me in my doing this thing. Thank you.
Thank you to, offer you, as chairman, show us what, who's clean, Dr. Roseberry taught y'all in that.
Well, I'll do better than that. I'll get her to come up here one meeting and we'll just all learn.
Again, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
And Mr. Chairman, if I can make just a couple comments, please.
Yes, sir.
I too would like to thank Mr. Gay, and I want the commissioners to know that, we are, concocting a special thank you to Mr. Gay that, I guess has to be COVID-19 resilient, but, we will ask the commissioners to participate, but I don't wanna spill all the beans. And, but I too am grateful for, Mr. Gay's presence, and I would like to see that maybe you and he can do a duet of a dance that you learned, or? No,
Right.
yeah, but, if I can, comment on one other thing, while I have the floor, and thank you. As I explained last week, and with the help I've solicited, ironically, from, I think, some of the best and brightest parks and recreation managers, that we have, and because, many recreation programs have been either suspended or delayed because of COVID-19, with Mr. Gay's help and the help of many of these managers, who I won't list all this evening, but we're forming a task force internally to try to put together an implementation plan and policies for enhanced COVID-19 mitigation measures. Again, like I talked about last week, and we hope it'll accomplish three things. The first would be to enhance our buildings and make them more COVID-19 resilient for our employees and the public, to encourage and educate employees and the public about, for lack of a better term, better behaviors when using our facilities when it comes to COVID-19, and also planning for resources and a logistical structure that we need to fulfill the two previous measures that I mentioned. I think the biggest challenge we have, of course, is that we are currently working within state orders for reopening, and while we're not in an optimal place with the current community spread, I don't feel like the governor is going to impose more restrictions than we had last spring at the present time. However, I think what this task force is beginning to do is to consider internal measures that are going to protect our employees and hopefully the public, while not disobeying either the governor's order or a judicial order. And I just wanted to inform you, a couple of you may know, but for those of you who don't, we had an occurrence this morning over at the judicial annex where, while I still yet have to get a lot of details before I'm ready to announce them, it ultimately resulted in the closure of that building, probably until Friday, because we're going to have to go in and clean and disinfect. And I think the best way to summarize it is to just explain that when a hearing was held this morning by one of the Superior Court judges, I don't think that the gathering was managed very well, and there was a report of perhaps, a person or perhaps two who may have found out that, they became a positive case during the course of the hearing over a telephone call with their doctor. And that sort of created a malaise over at the judicial annex this morning. So Judge P, the chief judge, he issued an order today to, have the building closed until we can do proper cleaning and disinfecting, which is probably already underway. So I wanted to let you know of that, but I also wanted to let you know that, with this task force, we're probably going to be bringing something back where I think we're going to have to enhance our mitigation measures, considering, the high traffic that some of our buildings gets, whether it's in administrative buildings or the courts. But I'm encouraged that we've got some really bright people working on it, and David Campbell, Ted Wynn, Cindy Mallett and I are gonna lend them a lot of support, to present something to you and department heads that I think we can use to make our, facilities more resilient, and again, to help our employees and protect the public as well. And that's all I have this evening, sir, and again, many thanks to Mr. Gay, but, our gestures of gratitude are not yet complete.
Any other staff member? All right, now, again, does any commissioner have any additional words? Hearing none, I would like to add, you know, we're under a lot of stress. Everybody, government, business, private business, and it's just COVID-19 that we're going through. It pleases me to walk in here every day and see all the hand sanitizer and a mask. And everybody's trying to prevent COVID-19 from entering this building. And having said that, if you would look here, this is the capacity of our room. We only have 4 seats empty. And sometimes we will have more staff in here. And it's because of the size of this room, I wanna think about something and maybe get some advice. Y'all all know how I love Zoom meetings. So, but I am thinking that we possibly need to go to Zoom meetings simply because of, we've got some important decisions to make very, very, very soon. I know a lot of people want to crowd into this room or wherever, and we just do not need to do that. The decision, yes, but practicing social distancing, yes, we're gonna have to do that. So, I want you to think about it, and we have a meeting in 2 weeks, and it's whether we go to Zoom meetings or not. And, I guess the reason I don't like Zoom meetings real well, I don't think I've ever been into one that there was not a lot of issues wherever I've been. But I'm sure that we can that we can do it, and we'll perfect it. And I think from everybody's from a safety standpoint, I think that might be the very best way for us to proceed from now. I would like to say to Wayne, the convertible is on order, and maybe it'll be here before you leave. If not, we'll have to ship it to you. So, is there? Having said that, I certainly again want to thank the staff. I think you all know, from what I understand, we cannot force anybody to wear a mask. We've had meetings now for several weeks, and there's been only one person that would not put a mask on, and it was sort of disturbing that everybody else had one on and he did not. But, and I just feel like it really doesn't matter if we have the Zoom meetings, you can have it on or not on. Having said that, I certainly appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Laura, I certainly appreciate your coming. And, I'm gonna call now for a motion to adjourn the meeting. There's nothing else.
Tell us about,
Hold on, just one second. Yes, ma'am.
would you tell us about Christmas in July?
Yes, it's very wet out there, and, no, we opened it up last night, it rained, it rained a lot. About 8 o'clock, we had a tremendous amount of people coming in. We had several 100 pounds of food, that being the first night, and then hopefully, it's like this, I put a post on today. Rain is bad for a Christmas drive-through. Rain this time of the year is perfect for farmers. They have to grow the food so that people can put it in cans so that we can give it back. And, but it's gonna work well. This is it's a new experience for us, but it is, I'm looking forward to Sunday night when it's over, then we tally up what we've received. And I think everybody will be quite surprised and excited about the total tally. But having said that, I appreciate your asking, about that. And now, motion to adjourn. We have a motion. Hold on one second.
I apologize. First of all, I apologize for my phone going off, and maybe I'm at the wrong place, but was I supposed to be at like a zoning meeting, or am I in the wrong meeting, or?
I think you're in the wrong meeting. Is this zoning? If it's with the zoning board, this is a county commission meeting.
Okay, it says July the 7th, is it another?
What's the date?
It says July the 7th.
Okay,
I think it's coming up Thursday at 6, the planning and zoning.
should be Thursday at 6 o'clock.
Okay, they sent me an email for today, alright.
But I'm gonna take the time before I close the meeting, cause I have to know this. Can you just tell us what it's about, so we can direct you in the right place?
Well, I had put in for, having the property zone for conditional use for
Yes, ma'am.
home out in Register, Georgia.
That'll be July the 9th then. It'll be this coming Thursday.
Okay, they texted me the wrong day.
Yes, ma'am. We apologize for that, and I will make them aware of it though in the morning.
Alright, thank you so much, sorry.
Thank you for asking. All right, 1, 2, 3.
I think you have
We-
motions on the floor.
We have the motion, we have the second on the floor. All those in favor, show of hands. Unanimous decision, meeting adjourned. Thank y'all for coming.